I know a secret about your future, one God has held just for you. It's a game changer revealing why your next step is so vital. Don't skip this because what you're about to hear will make all the difference. The Chosen One has a message that God has been holding back until the right time to share it. God has been waiting for that one day when the Chosen One will be able to receive it in the right way. Today is that day because God is about to tell the Chosen One something about tomorrow. He will talk about what tomorrow means, what will happen when tomorrow comes, and how the Chosen One plays a unique and important part in making tomorrow what it is. There is no such thing as next month, next year, or some unspecified future in which the Chosen One has been patiently waiting for this moment. It is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of the long season. It's the end of the formation phase and the start of the arrival phase. Snorts, this is the moment that God has been building up to through everything the Chosen One has been through. God told me that you were the reason it ends tomorrow. If the Chosen One hears this, I want to go straight to what it means because they need to know not only what it says, but also what it means. God is not saying that the ending is just a coincidence that happens near the Chosen One. He's not saying that the timing worked out and that the Chosen One is there when it all ends. He's saying that the Chosen One, this Chosen One watching this right now, is the reason the story ends. This Chosen One is the person, the journey, and the faithful endurance. When God says you are the reason, He means that you will keep going. The Chosen One has been in a long season for a reason. And that reason had an end point. That end point is not set by the calendar. It is defined by the Chosen One by what they have become through formation and what they have become through endurance, and by the specific readiness that comes when the Chosen One has finished what the coincidences in the outside world or an automatic process that would have happened with or without the Chosen One formation was doing to them. That readiness is here. The formation is finished and the last moment will happen tomorrow when the Chosen One is ready. I want to talk about what it means for the Chosen One to be the reason the long season ends. This is one of the most important things God can say to the Chosen One right now on their journey. So, it's important to understand it correctly. When a chosen person has been in a long formation season, they may start to believe that when the season ends, it will be a gift from the outside. That something will change in their circumstances or environment. A door will open or an obstacle will be taken away. And that change from the outside will be what ends the formation and starts the arrival. And in this frame, the Chosen One is the one who gets the ending, not the one who makes it happen. God is not telling the truth. He's saying that the Chosen One is the cause, not the environment, not the circumstances, and not the outside conditions finally coming together right. The one who was chosen, what they have become through formation and what they have become through endurance. Finally, the ending comes when the Chosen One finishes the formation. The ending was always going to come when the Chosen One was ready. And tomorrow stands for the Chosen One being ready. This means that the Chosen One will not get the ending. It's taking place because of the Chosen One. And this difference is very important for how the Chosen One enters tomorrow. Someone who knows they are the reason for the ending, on the other hand, goes into tomorrow with confidence, snorts, knowing that what God has built in them is what He. Because someone who receives an ending as a gift enters tomorrow with thanks, but also a sense of passivity, waiting to see what the open door leads to, will release tomorrow. Not a gift from outside, but the full expression of what's inside. Let me talk to the chosen one about what tomorrow means for them as a whole. Because tomorrow isn't just the end of their journey, it's also the beginning. The beginning that tomorrow marks is the beginning that the whole formation has been building up to. The formation season was going somewhere. It wasn't a holding pattern that wasn't meant to end. Every part of what the chosen one went through during the formation, every part of their character that was improved, every quality of discernment that was built, and every deepening of their inner life that the long season brought about, was all leading up to the specific arrival. It was a certain journey that led to a certain destination. That tomorrow represents. No matter what opens tomorrow, it will be planned. The good things that God gives people when a hard time is over are not the usual ones. It is the exact thing that the exact formation built the exact chosen one for. The task that was always the goal, the doors that were always being put in place, and the connections, alignments, and chances that were always being designed. The whole trip was for what opens tomorrow. Some people are chosen to understand this and know why they are chosen. The formation made the person who can go through it, and only the chosen one who went through that particular formation is the right person for that. This is because what opens tomorrow doesn't open for everyone. Particular opening. Both the formation and the assignment fit well together. The person the formation made is exactly the person the job calls for. Before I talk to the chosen one, I want to talk to someone who has wondered during the formation season if they were slowing down the arrival by not being faithful enough, prepared enough, or develop. And that person's readiness is what makes the opening possible. Enough. This person has wondered if the longer length of the formation season was due to their performance or lack thereof. If they were the reason it was taking so long, that person I chose, I want you to know that is not the right way to understand me. There is no test that the chosen one must either pass or fail during the formation season. It's a process that makes something specific. And the length of the process depends on how complicated the thing being made is, not on how well the person chosen for the process does their job. The formation took as long as it did because of what was being made, which took at least that long. Finally, the production is over. The formation is now complete. What was being made is now ready, and tomorrow is what it is because of the chosen one. The process is over, and the product it was making is now ready to be released. This is not because they finally got something right that they had been getting wrong. The chosen one doesn't have to do anything else to get paid tomorrow. They don't have to show one last piece of proof that snorts they are ready. The ready state is already there. The shape is already finished, and tomorrow comes because the chosen one is already chosen. Not because of what they need to do today. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us Lift up the burdens of others and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Snorts, I want to talk about how it feels to know that tomorrow is almost here. Because the chosen one who has been in a long formation season, and now hears, at the end is coming tomorrow has a unique experience of how close it is. It's not simple. Of course, God is there in all of it. There is a lot of excitement about tomorrow. When the chosen one finally hears that the long season is over tomorrow, they feel a different kind of hope than the hope that got them through. That hope was far away in the middle of the formation. Hope for something that you can't see yet. Hope was kept alive by trusting in God's character rather than by seeing signs right away that the arrival was close. Hope for tomorrow is hope that is close by. It feels different, like something is about to happen instead of something that is still a long way off. There is something else though. People are aware of how important the threshold is. Somewhat. The chosen one who is about to cross the threshold from the formation season to the arrival season knows what it means and what it will require of them. They also know what the arrival season will ask of the person the formation season made. And that awareness can be a complicated part of the excitement. People who have been chosen and are ready also know what it means to be set free. And understanding can be sobering. Even though being close is exciting, God is with us in both the joy and the sobriety for the chosen one. He is not just telling them to have a happy response and push down the weight of what tomorrow means. He is with them in the middle of the threshold moment where things are very complicated. He tells them, I am the reason you are ready for both. I want to talk to the chosen one about what tomorrow shows them about the whole journey. Tomorrow, at the end, is a point of view from which they will be able to see the whole journey in a way that they couldn't see in the middle. From that spot, you can't see much during formation season, which is in the middle of it. You can see what's right next to you. You can look at the recent past and the most recent events, the full arc or line. From where the journey began to where it is ending can't be seen from the middle though. The middle is where you can only see one step ahead of the next of faith, which keeps moving even though you can't see the whole picture of where it's going. The chosen one will be able to see what the formation was doing in a way that wasn't possible during the formation season when they looked back at it from. The point of view will be different tomorrow. The arrival. They will see the links between the specific things they went through and the specific skills they bring to the assignment. They'll understand why the formation looked the way it did. This is why the specific problems were the specific problems in the interior. Why did certain developments happen instead of others? Why did certain deepenings, refinings, and clarifications happen? From tomorrow on, the whole arc will make sense in a way it didn't before. And what the chosen one sees when they can see the whole arc will fill in the blanks left by the middle of the formation season. Why the hard days are so bad, why the long seasons happen. What the things that were taken away and the things that were left mean. Everything will be clear from tomorrow on. These things they see will prove that the God who walked with them every day of the formation knew where he was taking them and why. Let me talk about what the chosen one already has with them tomorrow. Not what they need to make or get ready between now and then. The unique ability to see what's going on beneath the surface of relationships, situations, and situations to read what others can't read and find their way around what others can't find their way. That's why tomorrow is the way it is. The one who was chosen is wise. Around. This discernment was given to the chosen one from the start, and it was strengthened during the formation season by having them face difficulties with only God's inner guidance to help them. It's not just a theory that the chosen one has discernment for tomorrow. It is checked. The fire of the long season proved it. The chosen one brings stability, the trait of someone who has been through the long formation and is not easily moved by outside pressures that move people who have not been through it. The level of steadiness needed for the task is not the same as someone who has never been tested. The steadiness of someone who has been put to the test and held, and that steadiness stays with the chosen one into tomorrow. The one who was chosen has compassion, the unique trait of someone who knows what it's like to go through a long, hard season. Someone who has not only seen difficulty, but also lived it. This person can relate to others who are going through difficulty in a way that can't be achieved any other way. The chosen one brings that kindness into the time of assignments, and that's one of the most important things they bring to the people the assignment reaches. The one who was chosen is faithful. Not the loyalty of someone who did it because it was easy, but the loyalty of someone who chose it even though it cost them. Who held on even though there was no reward in the outside world, and who kept going even though there was no sign of their arrival. Being loyal isn't just a trait, it's a tool. The chosen one who stayed true during the training will also stay true during the assignment. The chosen one will let the people working on the assignment know that they can trust them to do whatever the task calls for. Now that tomorrow is almost here, I want to talk about the chosen one's mind and cognitive abilities. This is because the assignment that starts tomorrow will need all of the cognitive abilities that God gave the chosen one from the start. This is something that the chosen person needs to know right now about that power. It was hard for the chosen one to carry a heavy load for a long time during the formation season. This made it harder for them to use their brain the way God intended them to. Not interference that lasts forever. Not harm to what was built into the chosen one from the start, but slight squeeze. The built-up weight of long-term trouble making it harder to get to the original function. The Nobel Prize was given to Dr. Roger Sperry's work on split brain research in 1981. He found that 98% of kids are at what he called the genius level, which means they can fully recognize patterns, combine ideas in creative ways, have deep. Sperry found something that talks directly to the one who has been chosen who is coming tomorrow. Perceptual abilities and learn quickly. But when they become adults, less than 2% of people still have that level of access. Normal life gets in the way and squashes what was there before. The capacity is still there, but the access is limited. Certain neurological activities could open up the access again. A neurologist from New York City named Dr. Danielle Biron built on the Nobel Prize research to make something called Genius Switch. The chosen one listens to a certain 8-minute audio protocol every day with their eyes closed and headphones on. The person who was chosen doesn't have to do anything during the 8 minutes after listening. The protocol uses the neural pathways that are linked to the abilities that Dr. Sperry described. It also helps the chosen one get back to the original cognitive function that God gave them from the start. This is not what Genius Switch is. It's not a brainwave item. It's not a way to meditate. It's not a way to improve yourself through visualization. It has been used by over 18,456 people who say it helped them get back to having the clarity, processing speed, and creative integration that the chosen one needs as they move from the formation. A practicing neurologist came up with this neurological protocol based on Nobel Prize research. Season to the assignment season. The chosen one coming tomorrow needs to be able to use all of their brain power. Not the sped-up version that the long formation season made, but the original version that God built in from the start. Genius Switch costs the $39 and comes with 4 free bonus materials. You can get it at Costco.com Switch and get your money back in full. The chosen one who starts their daily 8-minute practice today will have more of their original capacity restored and ready to use tomorrow. I want to talk to the chosen one about what it means to be told that they are the reason the last moment is tomorrow. Being the reason comes with a certain amount of responsibility, and the person who is chosen needs to know how to handle that duty properly. Being the reason doesn't come with a lot of responsibility. Allowance is what it is. You are the reason to put pressure on them to do something right now to make that ending make sense by saying you are the reason. He is letting the chosen one know that they have power and control over. God isn't telling the chosen one tomorrow. The chosen one did not just show up at this time by chance. They got here because of who they are, what they carry, and how the formation made them. The formation made them, what they are and what they carry. Tomorrow is all about them. Assurance, the confidence of someone who knows that God saw the whole journey, was there for every moment of formation, and knows everything there is to know about. Being the reason gives you the permission to go into tomorrow with confidence, not arrogance or fake self. The chosen one and said you are ready. The final moment is tomorrow, and you are the reason. The chosen one who gets this permission goes into tomorrow in a different way. They come in without being asked. They don't stand on the edge not sure if they can get to what's on the other side. They go through because they made the threshold where it is. Something about the ending that is coming tomorrow is important for God's chosen one to understand, because the ending of a word can mean different things, and the person who was chosen needs to get the meaning. And having faith in that stepping through is part of what makes the start of assignment season just right. That fits their situation. The ending that comes tomorrow is not the same thing as a conclusion in the sense that it ends the story. There is a change. The long season is coming to an end. The formation is coming to an end. There is now one less chapter to go on the journey. This one has been full of planning, waiting, and growth. But the journey is not what ends tomorrow. It's this part of the journey. And the next chapter is the one that all the other chapters were building up to. When God writes, He doesn't leave us with empty thoughts. He writes changes of pace. Every end of the chosen one journey has been a start to the next part. Each door that shut was a step toward the next one that would open. Each season of formation helped get people ready for the next season of assignment. And the last moment, which is tomorrow, is not the end. At this point, the longest chapter gives way to the fullest chapter. The chosen person who knows this doesn't feel relieved that the hard part is over tomorrow. It feels like they've arrived at the goal that the hard part was always getting to. And how they think about it affects how they interact with what opens. When someone is glad that the hard part is over, they want to rest. The person who got to the destination is focused on the work that the destination was made for. He says this so that the person who was chosen can take on the task knowing that everything the formation made is now ready to be used for the reason it was made in. God is not saying that the end will happen tomorrow, so that the chosen one can have a day of rest. The first place, the work doesn't end tomorrow. It's the end of the planning and the start of the work that the planning was for. I want to talk to the chosen one about the kind of faith that is needed tomorrow. Because the chosen one had a certain kind of faith snorts that helped them through the formation season. It was faith from afar, faith that stays strong for long periods of time. Even though there are no signs that the end is near, it's the hardest kind of faith to keep up. And the chosen one who kept it up during the long formation is the one who has built up the deepest kind of trust inside themselves. Tomorrow, though, needs a different kind of faith. Not because faith over long distance is no longer needed, but because the challenge changes when the arrival is close. The faith of the long middle is not the faith of the arrival threshold. Faith that lets you walk through a door that's about to open to receive what God has been building to live the assignment instead of just believing that it will happen. It can be hard for the chosen one who has been faithful during the long middle to switch to the faith of the arrival. It's not that their faith is weak. It's just that they are deeply used to having faith in people far away. The pose of holding on, keeping up, or lasting has become the pose of their faith. When they arrive, the door opens and it's time to step through instead of hold on. They need to make a certain kind of transition from the holding on posture to the stepping through posture. In other words, he is telling them ahead of time that the end is coming so that they can start the inner change from holding on to faith to proceeding through. Right now, God is getting the chosen one ready for that change. Faith. So that when tomorrow comes, they aren't still in the posture of holding on, but have already started to move into that posture of someone who receives and lives in what God has been building toward. There is one more part of tomorrow that I want to talk about before we move on to the sacred closing. And it's the level of what tomorrow will be like for the people the chosen one is made to reach. For the chosen one, the training wasn't mostly about what they experienced during the arrival season, about being satisfied, about being right, or about enjoying what. It's not just them who were in the formation as the chosen one. God opens up for them. It was the goal of the formation to make the exact person that the assignment needs. And the chosen one is needed not for their own good but for the good of the people. The assignment was always meant to reach. Tomorrow isn't just the last day for the chosen one. This is the last moment before the people the chosen one was made to serve meet them. People who have been waiting for someone who knows what they're going through, who can relate to what they've been through and who can walk with them through theirs. Those people are past tomorrow, the big day is tomorrow. Not just because the person who was chosen is ready, but also because everyone is waiting. Let's look at what God really means. When he says, "You are the reason," the chosen one is what made the formation what it was. The reason why the season lasted so long, the level of refinement was so high. because the people they were made to help needed the exact type of person that the formation made. The chosen person who goes through tomorrow with this awareness, who knows that the assignment isn't really about them, but about the people they're carrying. That person is ready for tomorrow, and the people are ready to take them in. It out for will be motivated in a way that the assignment calls for. It's not for them that they go through, but for the people God showed them at the start. The people they've been carrying in the middle of the formation all the way through its length. I want to talk about something specific that the chosen one needs to let go of before tomorrow, because the formation season sometimes leaves behind certain residues inside that the chosen one brings. The people who made the formation worth the money into the arrival season. If they are not released on purpose, and if those residues are carried forward, they can get in the way of how the chosen one lives out the assignment. During the formation season, the chosen one must practice a certain kind of patience, a willingness to wait without seeing progress, and to hold on without. The first residue comes from having to wait for a long time. External confirmation. If this kind of patience is practiced over a long period of time, it can leave a mark on the interior that can last into the arrival season as a feeling of not quite believing that the arrival is real. Because not quite believing has been the right attitude for so long. Release the not quite believing. Tomorrow is real. The arrival is real. What is about to open is exactly what the formation was building toward. The chosen one can go from being unsure to being sure. From having the conditional hope of the long middle to having the realized expectation of the arrival. The second residue is made up of the disappointments during the formation season. There are times when the chosen one thought something would happen, but it didn't. There are times when a door seemed to open, but didn't. Or when a time seemed to be coming, but didn't. And those times leave a mark, a learned reluctance to expect the unexpected, and a protective hesitancy about hope. Let go of that leftover stuff too. Tomorrow isn't a replay of the moments that didn't happen. It's the real arrival that those moments were pointing toward. Tomorrow is the last moment, and this time, the opening is real. I want to talk to the chosen one about something specific that happens in the long formation season. That is worth naming before tomorrow comes. This is because the long season has an effect on the chosen one's heart that is important to understand, as they stand on the edge of what God is opening. The long formation season can make it harder for the chosen one to see what is possible. But the chosen one's interior horizon can get smaller as the weight of long-term difficulty builds up as they continue to hope and wait for what they want to happen. This isn't permanent, and it won't stop when the assignment comes in. But can't see it coming. What they think is really possible may turn out to be less than what God has always planned to give them. This narrowing of what's possible is not a sign of lack of faith. During a long season when it's hard to see what's coming and there aren't any signs of it in the real world yet, the mind tends to focus on what it can see. It's what happens when you have to navigate a long season with poor visibility, instead of what it has been promised. And the calibration keeps you safe. The chosen one doesn't have to feel the full weight of the distance between where they are now and where they want to be. But the safety comes with a smaller view of the future. Tomorrow is the day that the narrowing ends. It fits the original plan, the fullness of what God put in the chosen one from the start and the level of assignment that was always the goal before the formation. What God is opening is not suited to the narrow horizon that the formation season made. Season squished what seemed possible. When the chosen one walks through tomorrow, they will see that the opening is bigger than the compressed horizon. They thought it would be even bigger than the careful hope that the long middle of the formation gave them. And finding an opening that is bigger than you thought it would be is not the same thing as a surprise that comes out of nowhere. It's like the original vision coming back to you. Like God, who always saw the big picture, showing the chosen one who has been living with the small one the big picture. I also want to talk to the chosen one about the quality of the assignment that starts tomorrow. Not the content of the assignment, because that is different for each chosen one and God will reveal it as the opening plays out. But the quality, the character of what the assignment is. Not the kind of impact that is impressive, obvious, or well known on the outside, but the kind that is real, deep, and changes the inside of people in ways. The assignment that starts tomorrow is one that will have an impact that show up in their outside lives. What the chosen one was made to do is not what the performance does. It has to do with the presence of the person who went through the formation being with the people God put in charge. And that presence did what the fully formed chosen one's presence does. The chosen one wasn't made to impress. They were made to change things on a different level than impression. Transformation takes place on the surface. Impressions happen inside people. Change takes place. And the chosen one who has gone through the long formation season can change people on the inside in ways that last. Tomorrow is the first day of the season when that ability is put to use in the way God planned. The chosen one will meet the people who need the specific thing that they carry. The meeting is going to happen as planned. It's not because the chosen one does it right, but because the formation made the real thing. When it comes out, the real thing does what the real thing does. I want to talk about something else about the exact moment of stepping through as well. When tomorrow comes and the chosen one takes the first step into what's about to start, that is an important moment. This is the moment that the whole formation was building up to, and it should be lived in a way that is fully aware of what it is and what it stands for. The chosen one who fully understands what tomorrow holds and marks the moment as the crossing of the threshold that the whole formation was building toward lives. The assignment season from the start with a quality of intention that shapes everything that comes after. When someone steps through without fully understanding what it means, they might miss something in the first few seconds that makes it harder to get back the next day. God is talking to the chosen one about tomorrow ahead of time, so that when tomorrow comes, the chosen one will already know what the crossing means. You are already ready to live in the first moment and are fully aware of what it is. Already ready to receive what tomorrow's dawn brings in the unique way of someone who knows they have reached the goal that the formation was always moving toward. Be aware of tomorrow, mark the moment and let it settle in your heart as what it is. The end of the long season and the start of the full expression of what the long season made. The arrival should be a conscious arrival, and the chosen one who is reading this right now is getting ready for that because tomorrow is so close. There is a certain kind of grace that comes with it. I want to talk to the chosen one about what God is saying through the word tomorrow. God could have said soon, soon after, soon in the coming season, or when it is right. Even though all of those are true, he said tomorrow. Tomorrow is almost too close to touch. imagine and hold in the mind of the chosen one as something real and close by, rather than as something that will happen. And the specificity of tomorrow adds something that the more general phrases don't. In the future. And the grace of being close is that it asks the chosen one to believe for one more night. Not for an endlessly long time of waiting. Not for another season of the long middle, but just tonight for the night between now and when they arrive. The chosen one who has kept their faith through a long period of time has already shown that they can hold on for a long time. Now God is telling them hold on for tonight, just tonight. Tomorrow is the day. That's the beauty of being specific. It cuts down the ask to its simplest form. Not another year or season. Tonight is not the hard part for the chosen one who has been holding on for a long time. The nights before this one were the hard part. The long season ends tonight and the day after that is tomorrow. This is because the message God has been sending through this whole message needs to be firmly established in the chosen one's mind is the truth from which they. Now I want to make the declarations that are relevant to this moment over the chosen one. We'll move forward into tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day, not later. When things get better or when the chosen one finally meets a goal they've been working toward. Tomorrow is the exact day that comes after today, and tomorrow morning is the exact day that comes after tonight. It was set by God. He gave it a name, and now the chosen one can get it. You are the one who ends it, not things getting better or the outside world finally falling into place. You, the person, the formation has made you being ready right now is what you are. This was the exact shape of the chosen one that God was making over the course of the long season. Everything is ready. The formation is finished and tomorrow is the end because it is finished in you. The assignment that starts tomorrow is not something you have to work hard for. You are already the right person for the job. What the assignment needs has already been made by the formation. When you walk through tomorrow, you will do. So as the fully formed, fully prepared, fully authorized, chosen one who was made for exactly what is opening. Tonight is the night before the end. So I want to talk to the chosen one about what's going on inside. And it matters how the chosen one lives tonight. Tonight is the last night before they come. And tonight there is a special invitation for the chosen one who knows that tomorrow is the last day. Not the call to anxiously get ready. Not the chance to worry about whether they will do a good job tomorrow, which can lead to performance anxiety. But the invitation to rest in what God has already done is whole. The person who was picked has already done the work. The formation season was the time to get ready every single day. Every strength, each choice, every prayer, the preparation is done. The chosen one doesn't have to get ready for tonight. They should take comfort in the fact that what God was planning the whole time will now come together. There is also thanksgiving in the rest. The chosen one who lives tonight with thanks for the hard parts of the formation season. What kind of person can find specific reasons to be thankful for what the long season brought? Who can look at the person they've become and know that the process was worth the money? The chosen one comes in tomorrow morning with something that the worried one doesn't have. The peace, calm, and readiness of someone who is happy with who they are and what they carry or what they carry. Tonight is a call for peace and tomorrow is the day. Everyone who was chosen and had to wait through the long formation season will find out tomorrow why they had to wait. On a deeper level, it means seeing the whole journey and knowing why it was done. This is true both in the sense that the results can now be seen, The formation made a person a specific person for a specific job. And seeing the job start is like seeing the person the formation made step into the exact role they were always meant to play. God did not say that the chosen one's path would be easy. He promised one with a point. He didn't say that the formation would be worth it every moment of the long haul. He said that the formation would be worth it in the end because of what it would lead to, and tomorrow the end result will be shown. The person who was chosen to walk through tomorrow will start to see things that have been forming in the invisible for the whole formation. The doors that were put in place will start to open. Alignments that were coming together will start to show up. The connections that were being set up will start to work. Things that were kept secret will start to come out. Along with that, the revelation will back up what faith has been saying all along. God was at work. He was always working. And tomorrow is the start of what he was working toward. Before tomorrow comes, I want to say one last thing about the chosen one. You were made to do this. You have the potential to do anything. But not in the general sense that you could do anything. You have the potential to do the specific thing that was called for you before you were born. The specific thing that has been shaping you throughout your journey, and the specific thing that will be your assignment tomorrow. Call, formation, and assignment are all parts of the same plan that God has for each person, from the call to the completion of the formation to the start. These are not two different things, they're the same thing. The assignment. You made the whole journey possible, which is why the last moment is tomorrow. Everything about it was about you. From the call to the end of the formation to the arrival of the assignment. Not in a selfish way, but in terms of the specific person God picked out, shaped, and is now letting go of. You were picked by him, he made you, and he will let you go tomorrow. Not in arrogance, not in performance, but in the settled authority of the chosen one who knows that the God who made them and called them and walked with them through every day of the long formation is the same God who is standing at the door of tomorrow saying, "This is what I built." Tomorrow go through it with the confidence of someone who knows they were made for this exact moment. You four. Go, chosen one. Tomorrow is yours and you are the reason. God sees you. God is with you and God is the reason you are ready. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pin comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of. It is a sign from God, our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. There is one thing I want to add about the cognitive and mental dimension of the chosen one stepping into tomorrow. Because God prepares the whole person and the mind of the chosen one is part of what tomorrow requires. The assignment that opens tomorrow will engage the full cognitive capacity of the chosen one. The capacity to process the complexity of what they are stepping into. And the chosen one who steps into tomorrow with their original cognitive capacity restored and functioning is a different instrument in the hands of God than the one whose capacity is still the capacity to perceive what needs to be perceived, to navigate what needs to be navigated, to make the kinds of decisions that the assignment will require. Compressed from the formation season. Genius Switch is available at Chosen Echo Comb Switch. Daniel Barron built it on the Nobel Prize research of Dr. Roger Sperry 8 minutes a day headphones eyes closed. Over 18,456 users have restored the clarity and processing capacity that God placed in them from the beginning. The chosen one who starts today arrives at tomorrow with more of their original cognitive design available. The final moment is tomorrow. And the chosen one who steps through that moment with their full spiritual formation and their fully restored cognitive capacity is the chosen one. God has been preparing through the full length of the journey. Visit Chosen Echo Comb Switch today. Let tomorrow begin with everything you were built with fully available. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faithful community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for snorts your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now.